What's up, fans? How you guys doing? This is Red Dog Stream. Going to give you a short, sweet review of NXT. I know Night of Champions is less than a day away, so I'm going to throw down a quick review. So, here's my thoughts of NXT and this song from NXT. Wait. That's just all. So quite frankly, the night kicked off with Vicky and Caitlyn. As Vicky says, "Excuse me!" Yeah, you know the whole "excuse me." I think it's funny the way her voice is going, but I think she's playing a good heel and she's getting the best attention possible. So apparently Caitlyn gets paired up with Vicky Guerrero's boyfriend, Dolph Ziggler, in a mixed tag team match pretty much. And I gotta say, this is an epic pair. I wish it was Aloisa and Dolph Ziggler. And this is what happened last week. Caitlyn tried to do the power slam that gets countered. Vicky should not saw that coming. And then she starts screaming in the middle of the floor. That was pretty funny. Pretty much. So apparently the match kicked off with Primo and AJ Lee. Pretty much. Primo and AJ Lee. And Primo's been playing a good face so far because she's paired up with AJ Lee. And this match is pretty epic. I really like this match. This match had a lot of a lot of intensity, a lot of audacity, I gotta say. And pretty much, Primo was doing pretty epic. But with Caitlyn's in-ring skills and in-ring impressions, I gotta say I was a little bit pleased. Like, AJ Lee and Caitlyn have been an epic feud. Caitlyn, can play a little bit of a face. And pretty much I find her as a good powerhouse wrestler. Oh my gosh, she countered that and made it look easy. So she has some good powerhouse moves. I really like Caitlyn. She's big and she's a good powerhouse wrestler. That's what I find her as pretty much. And apparently, gotta say, she has some potential. I don't know why people think Caitlyn's not a good wrestler, but she has a lot of muscles, a lot of strength. I gotta say, this is the stuff people should like, quite frankly. I gotta say, I'm pretty pleased with her in-ring ability. She's almost as powerful as Aloisa. I don't know if they'll feud sometime in the future. So eventually, soon. This match got pretty much when Caitlyn gets knocked off by AJ Lee. And you can see that. Oh. So pretty much that's what happened. So what a clothesline! See, that's a powerhouse wrestler. I don't know who cannot be pleased. So pretty much Dolph Ziggler gets blocked. She slaps Dolph Ziggler. Primo gets in the ring and then shows some little epic in-ring ability pretty much. So the match ended with Dolph Ziggler, nailing a cheap shot eventually at the end. Eventually, soon he gets the victory. Yeah, that's what happened pretty much. So, here's the two. So that's what happened. He gets the upset. Oh! So then after that, he gets a 1-2-3 at the zigzag. Then Vicky gets mispleased because she was celebrating with Caitlyn. He gets all over her, but it's a victory. Pretty much we get this silly joke segment, and I gotta say, AJ Lee was very mispleasing me. It's like she says potato, and I did get the joke a little bit, but it was a little bit scrambled a little bit. It sounded like a stand-up act, but hey, you didn't please me there. Zana, she picks on AJ Lee, I think. They like constantly picked on her, used her like made joke segments, and that was pretty much crazy. So Jamie Keys would possibly get all the attention. She says, "Oh, knock knock, who's there?" Zana, who exactly? So yeah, she got the attention. Naomi didn't do as much impressing. That was a little surprising. Luckily, she didn't pick on AJ Lee. Maxine, they try to use her as a joke. Eventually, she winds up brawling. And then Caitlyn says the same thing. Pretty much, she tries to slap her. Eventually, ends in a fight. And that was pretty ridiculous to get all these ridiculous fights, mainly picking on AJ Lee constantly. So yeah, Jamie Keys gets the win, but the celebration was quickly over. So the celebration was quickly over. That's pretty much Michael Cole gongs. He gongs NXT because of this. That was hilarious. I'm gonna be saying that from now on pretty much. Because this was very interesting. I'm gonna say every time there's a situation I like, but I'm gonna keep saying that. It should be gonged. So Michael Cole's hilarious with the gong thing. I didn't like it at first, but then I started liking it because you know, that's what I that's what I thought, you know, was a little bit different. And because NXT, I think people find very horrible. He had to make this show interesting, but so Jamie Keys gets an Odd Couple Pro. Why did the Bell Twins pair up with Jamie Keys? Melina should have been paired up, or Alicia Fox Maurice should have been a pro for Jamie Keys. Maurice is a martial arts expert, that's what I read, and pretty much with Melina, but I don't know why she's not a pro. So they could, you know, they don't focus on main eventers being pros, like Melina or Kelly. Well, it's pretty much Kelly, but yeah. Hopefully if Tiffany returns, I really want her to be a pro, pretty much, so hopefully she can come back to WWE eventually soon. So Zarna, you know, is a good powerhouse wrestler. This was a good wrestling match, but I think the match was pretty much too short. Like, this was just ridiculous. Like, I was talking, look how long the match was. That was pretty epic, but the matches were just too short. They focused too much on all the extra stuff, and I think, you know, they should, you know, focus on more wrestling, I think, so let's hope like Zarna gets a win, and like he doesn't wind up like Daniel Bryan or Cabal, pretty much. So let's see how that would work out. So pretty much we get a little segment of how Vicky Guerrero gets jealous of Dolph Ziggler hugging on Kayla. I don't know. Dolph and Vicky have been a great pair. Hopefully if Vicky and Dolph continue to pair up, Dolph will be a great pro for Caitlyn, but pretty much enough. Vicky is the pro. I don't know why they signed for Vicky the pro. I mean, she self-proclaims herself as a diva, so pretty much she'll be a mentor. All of this. Yeah, but pretty much I don't know if that would bother Dolph as much. But we'll see at Night of Champions. Hopefully, if Dolph gets the win, then we'll see how the pair will continue. So eventually, soon we get this obstacle course thing, and it should be you know, in a little bit, pretty much. So apparently now we get the obstacle course, and since Caitlyn was the first one up, Vicky comes out and says, "Excuse me," and then Vicky comes out in her athletic wardrobe, pretty much. She tries the obstacle course, but eventually she took long at the stretching, so she did impressive at the obstacle course. You can see all the looping and stuff, and she got a little klutzy there, but look at this. This is just, it was surprising. I thought Vicky would just leap over that, but she did lost a lot of weight, pretty much. I mean, she was a lot more skinnier then, like way back in 2008 when she came back as an assistant. She was briefly a face, but then turned heel after she had affections towards Edge, pretty much. But then she did good at the push-ups, and she tries the balance beam. She did, oh man, not really as epic as the balance beam. Then she trips. And then humiliated, she winds up screaming. She winds up screaming the rest of the way back. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. This was just unepic. It was very hilarious. And then she scares off Caitlyn, her rookie. So, gotta say, that was a great pair, but hopefully Aloisa comes back, pretty much. And it was humiliating at the same time, I guess. So after that embarrassment, man, Caitlyn just continues to go up pretty much. She does the obstacle course pretty much, and she did pretty well. She was pretty epic. I really like her build. Like, she is not just a model. I don't know why people talk down on her so much, saying that she's just eye candy pretty much. But I gotta say, like, she has a lot of potential, and you can see that in the obstacle course that she did have a lot of potential, and that was pretty epic, pretty much. So this whole balance beam was pretty epic, and I really like her finish. Her obstacle finish was very epic. She jumps on it and goes. You gotta say, she did a lot of training and she has a lot of potential. So pretty much we get Oksana next, and Oksana, you know, did pretty well. I really she has a lot. She's a very good powerhouse wrestler too. Like she's agile too. I think she could be a great high flyer if they work on her high flying moves, and so yeah, I think she should work on high flying moves, and she does have the strength, pretty much, and you can tell right here, like, the push-ups does look realistic, but you know, the women push-ups, so they're not soft, so she did well on the balance beam, but didn't really beat her time. I thought she would tie, but pretty much, that quite frankly did not happen. So we get AJ Lee, high-class wrestler. She actually did trade to wrestle, so let's see what she's up. She's pretty much up now. AJ Lee does have very agile. She actually did train since she was frankly apparently my age, and she does have agility. She could work on some high flying moves. I think she could also work on these high flying moves. I think because with the Divas they do a lot of conditioning, more conditioning than the guys. The guys they do a lot of strength and stuff. So I think this is what I've been seeing. So AJ Lee does have good potential. I think she needs to work on it. She could be a good high flyer. This balance beam stuff, she did pretty epic. The push-up was pretty epic too, and this whole push thing, I thought she would beat the time, but pretty much that did not happen at all. So we get Maxine. Maxine, his leap was, I don't know how epic it was, but this running thing was pretty epic. She did good on the leaps, and whoa. She was rolling. I thought she was going to beat the time. It looked like she was going to beat the time. She did have a lot of audacity. And pretty much the push-ups, did look with a lot more speed than power. And the balance beam was had a lot of potential. But she had to start again, so that kind of killed her there. So we get the next person, Jamie Keys, who I thought was going to beat the time. Jamie Keys does have World Fitness potential. She could be a good powerhouse wrestler, I think, from my potential. So Jamie Lee does run. She gets through the obstacle course, but she did have potential. I thought she would just leap straight over. Since she's so muscular, she would do the push-ups with ease. But pretty much, I was surprised she didn't beat the time. No, I thought she did tie with Caitlyn, and I thought she would win. I mean, you could tell. I thought Caitlyn was gonna win. Naomi, well, she had to continue to start over. Hers was just pretty sloppy. So and everybody knew that. So pretty much, Caitlyn wins. Caitlyn wins, and then Michael Cole gongs again. And then he continues to rant about this whole obstacle course thing. And he said, yeah, he's done. I don't know, people were celebrating pretty much, and that really nailed that really put the nail in the hammer right there. Hits the nail right on the head. So pretty much this is what my thoughts are hopefully this Red Dog Extreme. I'll be talking a little bit of Night of Champions before it starts, and my thoughts will hopefully. So I'll try and catch on Night of Champions. Hopefully I get a chance to check it out. So, Renal Khaliks, man, peace out.